Before writing our declaration statement, I must tell you that all the Java code must be enclosed in a class block like this. Any piece of code enclosed within these curly braces is called a block. Java has class block, method block, initialization block, and there are many other different type of blocks that we will learn later in this course. Now, if you're wondering what is this class and why is it needed, then it requires separate attention. For now, just remember that because Java is an object-oriented programming language, every piece of executable code must reside within a class. Don't worry, we will cover it in great detail in chapters to come. But that's not all. We have to add something else to this class to make it executable, and that's a main method. So we add a main method like this. For now, don't bother about these keywords: static, void, main, string args. Just remember, this entire block of code is the entry point for the Java engine, meaning that whenever a Java engine is given a program to execute, the first thing it does is it looks for the main method and starts executing the code. If it is unable to find the main method, then it flags an error. Also, don't worry about JVM and its workings. We will explore JVM in chapters to come. So now we have created a class and also a main method inside of it. Now, as discussed in the previous chapter, a program typically consists of following statements. We have declaration, assignment, processing statements, and we have output. So let's declare a variable. Let's declare a variable. So we'll put the data type int, and the variable is days in year because it will store number of days in a year. And we will initialize it. So we start declaration with the data type followed by the variable name, then an equal to sign, and then initialization value, and then we end the statement with a semicolon. Now, it is not mandatory, but we can do some reassignment also, right? So here we are providing a value at the time of declaration, what we call as initialization, and we can also reassign it later in the program. So let's say it's a leap year. So we'll say days in year equal to 366. So here we are reassigning the value. Now, during the declaration step, the JVM allocates or reserves memory space for a variable named days in year and initializes it with a value 365. But later in the program, we do a reassignment and provide it a value 366. And we can also do some processing. So let's say we have to find the number of weeks. So for finding the number of weeks, let's create another variable, weeks in year. For now, we do not know the number of weeks. So we'll put it as 0 and we'll do some processing here. We'll say weeks. Let's make it weeks. We'll say weeks in year equal to days in year divided by 7. And then we end the statement with a semicolon. Now let's write a statement to output the contents of this variable weeks in year. And for that, we have to write system.out.print followed by parentheses. Now, do not bother about this statement system.out.print. It looks confusing. But we'll go into the details of what is system, what is out, and what is print. But for now, just understand that anything included within these parentheses will be printed onto the Java console. So say, for example, if we want to print some kind of a text like Java fundamentals, then this text will be printed onto the console as it is when we execute this program. And say, for example, if we want to print the contents of a variable, say days in year, then we don't need to put it in double quotes. We can just put the name of the variable as it is and the contents will be printed, right? And what if we want to print some text followed by value of a variable? So say, for example, if you want to print something like the number of weeks in an year, then we have to put this text as it is, we just discussed, within double quotes, followed by a plus sign, and then we put the name of the variable. So here the name of the variable is weeks in year. Now this plus sign here is not an arithmetic operator, it is a concatenation operator, and it is used to attach a value at the end of a string or a text. So here is a text and we wish to attach the value right next to this string, which is use a variable here. So we put a plus sign in between. Now let's save this program. Now we must save this file with the same name as the name of the class containing the main method, but with .java extension. So the name of our class is test declaration, but it is not a .txt file, so we will change it to all files and give it an extension .java. Now executing a Java program is essentially a two-step process. I think we should look into this process in detail before coming back and executing this program.